They were found, all together, in a way no one could have imagined, lifeless in their bathroom. The scene was shocking: 5 bodies stacked with wires tied around their necks, their jaws dislocated, in a house locked from the outside. It was like a mystery right out of a story, but far too real and horrifying. No one knew who could have done this or why, leaving everyone asking, what happened to this happy family? In the beautiful lands of Hualien, where tall mountains watch over the place, there was a small village called Zhiqin. This village was calm and peaceful, just like many wish for. The people here were friendly, and the streets were full of happy moments. In this lovely village, there was a street called Lane 258. It looked like any other street, with houses full of life and stories. But there was one house, number 25, that was special. It was always filled with the sound of children laughing and playing. This was where the Liu family lived. They were known for their happiness and how they filled their home with joy. But on September 8, 2006, something happened that changed everything. As the warm days of summer slowly turned to the cool whispers of autumn, something strange happened on Lane 258. The lively sounds that usually came from Liu's house went quiet. No more could you hear the laughter of children or see the hustle and bustle of a family that was so much a part of this close-knit community. Instead, there was a silence that felt odd and out of place, making the neighbors start to wonder and worry with each quiet day that passed. It wasn't just the quiet that felt wrong. It was the little things too. Bikes sat still, covered in dust, and clothes no longer danced in the breeze on the clothesline. People started to talk in hushed voices, full of concern and guesses. Everyone was asking what happened to the Liu family, who were such a big part of life on Lane 258. Weeks passed, and the puzzle around house number 25 only grew more confusing. Everyone in the village felt a sense of worry, thinking maybe something very bad was hidden behind the Liu's locked doors. This worry got so strong that the neighbors knew they had to do something. They decided to call the police, hoping for some good news. They wondered if maybe the Liu family had just gone away quickly and forgot to say anything. Making that call wasn't easy. The person who called was really nervous, hoping hard for a simple reason for all this quiet. But when the police started heading to Lane 258, everyone felt a mix of hope and fear, waiting to see what they would find. When the police got there, a strong, bad smell hit them right away, very different from the usual fresh air of the village. This smell took them straight to the door of house number 25, where they hoped to find answers to the big mystery. They knew breaking into the house was a big step, but they felt they had to do it quickly. Inside, they saw something they would never forget. Inside the house, which used to be filled with happiness and noise, was now completely quiet. This quietness was so deep, it felt like it filled every corner of the house. At first look, everything on the ground floor seemed normal, just like any other house, but eerily still as if time had stopped. But as the officers went upstairs, they started to notice where the bad smell was coming from. It got stronger with every step they took until they reached the bathroom door on the second floor. This was where the smell was strongest, pointing them to the heart of the mystery. Together, the officers pushed the door open, uncovering a scene that would linger in the memories of Zhiqin village forever. In that small room were the Liu children, a sight as tragic as it was shocking. The air was heavy with the scent of decay, silently telling the sad story of what happened in that space. The village's deepest worries came true, and sadness spread through Zhiqin village as everyone heard the news. Losing the Liu children, who were so vibrant and full of potential, hit the community hard, leaving many wondering if they could ever move past this. As people grieved, they also had many questions. Where were Liu Zhiqin and Lin Zhenmi, the parents who were nowhere to be found? How did things end up so tragically? The quest for answers was just starting, and no one knew yet how complex and winding the road to the truth would be. After finding out what happened, Zhiqin village was caught in a mystery as deep as it was sad. The local police, who at first couldn't make sense of the quiet from Liu's house, now had the big job of figuring out what led to the loss of 5 young lives. The house, once full of family warmth, had suddenly become a place for investigation, with every corner seeming to hold clues about what led to such a sad end. The first look around the house showed everything was strangely undisturbed, as if time itself had paused. Food half cooked was left on the kitchen counters, showing just how quickly tragedy had struck the family. It seemed like the Liu home was stuck in a moment, silently waiting for its family to come back. But among the normalcy, unusual signs started to appear, little things that didn't add up, suggesting a darker story. Rushed notes, tucked away among everyday clutter, carried urgent calls for help. They talked about being scared, about dangers hidden in the dark, showing a family caught in a situation they couldn't escape from. Finding these notes changed the direction of the investigation, making the police consider that something wrong had been done on purpose. As the investigation went deeper, everyone started focusing on the missing parents, Liu Zhiqin and Lin Zhenmi. Their disappearance added a big mystery to the case. People in the village guessed all sorts of things, their ideas sparked by the sad scene at house number 25. There were many guesses, each one wilder than the last, but the real answer was still hidden, wrapped in the quiet that now surrounded the Liu family's story. And to solve the puzzle, detectives looked into the Liu family's history for any hints about why they vanished. They discovered the family had moved to Zhiqin, hoping for a new beginning in this beautiful village, away from their old troubles. People who knew them talked about Liu Zhiqin's ambition to create a better life for his kids, but under their hopeful plans, there was stress. Money problems were a big burden, making their dreams seem far away. Neighbors shared stories of times when they could see worry behind Lin Zhenmi's usual cheerful face, showing how hard their growing debts were hitting them. It turned out the family was caught in a tough spot with money, their dreams of a better life crashing into the hard truth of their problems. What used to be a comforting community now felt like it only highlighted their struggles, with each day pushing them closer to the edge. Learning about the family's hard times, the investigation expanded. Looking closely into Liu's life for clues, the police went through their money records, letters, and personal things, with every bit of information adding to the understanding of their tragic end. During this deep search, they made a startling find, a collection of photos hidden away. These photos showed normal, everyday scenes, but they hid the real story of sadness that had taken over the family's life. As the investigation pieced everything together, a story started to form. It was about a family drowning in money troubles and feeling all alone, their world shrinking around them. The notes that seemed hard to understand at first now looked like a last try to ask for help, to shout through the quiet that trapped them. The detectives, who first tried to figure out how and why this happened, now focused on finding out who. They wanted to know who could have pushed the Liu family to such a sad fate. After the investigation shared its discoveries, Zhiqin village faced the painful truth of what happened. The laughter and energy of the Liu children, now just memories, stirred deep sorrow in everyone. People came together for candlelight vigils, mourning the loss as one. The sad story of house number 25 reminded everyone how quickly life can change and how some struggles stay hidden from view. This sadness reached far beyond Zhiqin, touching many across Hualien and further. The Liu family story, where hopes were crushed by tough situations, made many people feel a deep connection. Remembering the Liu family, the community promised to look out for each other better, to offer help to anyone who needs it, making sure the quiet tragedy that happened to the Liu family doesn't happen again. As the search for truth went on, every clue found added more understanding to how complex life can be. The sad story of the Liu family, while unique, touched on feelings everyone knows: hope, sadness, and how strong people can be together when facing tough times. Zhiqin village didn't just look for closure in remembering the Liu family, but also a way to move on, to heal from old hurts and look forward to better days. The whole of Zhiqin village, and even places far beyond, focused on figuring out what happened to the Liu family. The police worked hard, following every lead about where the parents, Liu Zhiqin and Lin Zhenmi, might have gone. Finding the children had brought up so many questions, and finding the answers was not easy. In sadness and uncertainty, a significant breakthrough came from carefully examining the Liu family's finances and social interactions. It became clear that the pressures the Liu family faced weren't just about money, but also about their own feelings and how others judged them. The couple felt isolated, both by their own choice and because of how society treated them, leaving them with few ways to seek help or find relief from their problems. In June 2015, almost 10 years after the tragic events at house number 25, a hiker stumbled upon a hidden spot in the mountains near Zhiqin village. There, hidden amongst the foliage and forgotten by time, lay the remains of two adults. Forensic analysis later confirmed the identities of the bodies as Liu Zhiqin and Lin Zhenmi, providing a somber resolution to the enduring mystery of their disappearance. The finding of the parents' bodies sparked conversations in the community and among the public about the unseen challenges many people endure behind closed doors. Some saw it as the end of a tragic story that had troubled the village for years. Others viewed it as a wake-up call, highlighting the need for community support and awareness of mental health issues. The resolution of the Liu family's story prompted a period of introspection for Zhiqin village and beyond. Community leaders, educators, and citizens alike grappled with the lessons of the tragedy, seeking ways to prevent such a loss from happening again. Initiatives to strengthen community bonds and support systems were launched, aimed at creating a safety net for those in crisis. Schools introduced programs focusing on mental health and well-being, encouraging open discussions about stress, expectations, and coping mechanisms. The tragedy of the Liu family spurred a broader societal shift towards recognizing and addressing mental health issues, breaking down the stigmas that often silence those in need. Today, house number 25 stands quietly, a solemn reminder of the Liu family's story and the events that unfolded there. It's a symbol of both sadness and hope, urging us to understand the complexities of life and the need for community support. The Liu family's tale of struggle, loneliness, and the search for understanding still touches hearts far beyond Zhiqin village. As the seasons change and years pass, the memory of the Liu family tragedy remains a touchstone for discussions about social responsibility, mental health, and the power of compassion. It is a narrative that compels us to look beyond the surface, to reach out to those around us, and to remember that behind every closed door lies a world unto itself, filled with struggles, hopes, and the need for connection. In honoring the memory of the Liu family, the community of Zhiqin village and all who were touched by their story strive to forge a future where such tragedies are met not with silence but with a chorus of support, understanding, and unity. The legacy of House Number 25, though born of tragedy, carries forward a message of hope and the enduring strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Thank you for watching our exploration of the Liu family's story. We'll be bringing you more intriguing cases with deep details and mysteries. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.